Attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning. Thank you for joining the webinar today. This is Jim Guinan. I'm an annuity sales director here at Insurance Agency Marketing. And today's topic is prospecting the 401k market. And I will be talking about a couple different facets of that, talking about ideas and ways to help you write more business with plans that have been that are old plans from previous employment, as well as those from in-service withdrawals. So we'll be talking about ways to help your business, maybe some ways to prospect that you haven't utilized before. Again, I'm Jim Guinan. I'm an annuity sales director. I've been here at IAMS for about 16 months now, and I've been helping agents with their fixed business for well over a decade. So again, this is a topic dear to me, something that I've actually utilized, and I think it's a great way to help write more business. I do want to remind you that the webinar today is recorded, so if for some reason you have to cut out early, maybe you had an appointment scheduled or just not able to attend the whole time, it will be recorded, so you'll be able to listen to it later. And do appreciate your time today. Before I get into the real subject matter, I did want to talk to you about some other things that are going on here with us at IAMS, and I know you've probably seen this. If you're new to us and not been on a webinar before, I do want to visit with you about some incentives, and we do have a fantastic trip that's we're currently in the process of qualifying for with our producers, and it's the Top Producers Escape that is scheduled for next summer. The business, or the qualification period, I should say, was from January of this year through June 30th of next summer. So you have 18 months to qualify for this fantastic trip. As you can see, you can qualify with any combination of premium. If you're just writing annuity alone, it takes $2 million of annuity premium, $1.5 million of single premium whole life, and that would qualify you then for this trip in Victoria, British Columbia, August 3rd through the 7th. Should be a great trip. Let us know how we can help you stay on target for that. Another incentive that probably is more near and dear to many people, especially as you're writing your first pieces of business with us and your first 6 months of contracting with Insurance Agency Marketing, you do qualify for a new producer bonus. And as you can see, there's different levels, thresholds. So after you've been writing with us for 6 months, those are the incentives that you can qualify for at $100,000, $300,000, and $500,000. Again, let us know how we can help you and keep on track for that. We obviously want you to make money, and that helps us make money too. But these are things that we do to help you get a kickstart in writing your business with Insurance Agency Marketing. Now, we just had an academy here this previous month, or this month we're in, excuse me, we're still in August. Just recently we had our Life and Annuity Academy, and I do want to promote that we have another academy scheduled. It's for October 21st to the 23rd. And we are accepting applications right now. So if this is something that you'd like to be involved in, would like to know more, certainly you can call any of us in the marketing department. You can send in an application. We will confirm that we receive it and review it with you. The 2-day training includes topics of the index products, the income riders. We do help you a little bit with branding your business, and also offering you some different seminars that are available to you. So again, those are all topics that we do discuss, and quite a bit of information in a short period of time. We do usually have some Wednesday evening topics all day Thursday and a half day Friday, and we have some of the best people in the industry to come help us with this regarding the advanced topics. If you're writing fixed annuity or life business now, this is definitely something you should consider. So let us know what we can do to help you. Okay, we are getting a lot of interest right now on email newsletters. And if you are not currently communicating with your clients on a regular basis and would like to know more about how to do it, or if you are and want to see what we can do to help you with that, definitely call in. You can ask for Matt, Neil, or Adam Bilas, and they will help you design a newsletter, give you some idea of what it can do for you and what the costs are involved. But it's a pretty cost-effective way to stay in front of your clients. And so definitely let IAMS help you with your newsletters to help you drive more business. We've been talking about paperless contracting quite a bit here in the last year or so. And if you are on our website quite a bit, if you're looking at getting appointed with one or more companies and you don't like filling out contracting paperwork and filling out forms every time you appoint with a new company, you should consider the paperless contracting. It's a great way to fill out and provide the information once, and then from there, as you want to get appointed with other life or annuity companies, we take that information and we can send it off. And there's a few companies that you still have to fill out new appointment paperwork for, but for the most part, this is a great way to get appointed with other companies and save time. Saving time means you have more time to do other things. I mentioned our website. If you have not been to our website lately, we have revised it. It was actually revised, I believe, this spring, April. It looks really good. And our website is www.iamsinc.com. That's IAMSINC.com. And in our website, there are a lot of tools that you can use. You can quote life insurance. Of course, it's available around the clock. So if you're an agent that just doesn't work from 8 to 5, as many don't, you have the ability to go in and get quotes. If you need updated rates on annuities, we have our rate book that's basically online. So we have a lot of our best-selling, most competitive products that are posted on there. You can view the rates, and it is updated quite frequently. So utilize our website. We revised it because we want to continue to make it good for you so that you can use that, and not just because we may not be here, but so that you can find those things and save time. Another incentive that we definitely talk to our producers about is the both referred producer program and marketing reimbursement. And as you can see, there are advantages for referring agents to us here at Insurance Agency Marketing. You earn dollars for referring those people, and you can earn an ongoing referral bonus. That does not come from your pay or earnings. That comes from IAMS to reward you for those people that you refer that continue to write business with us. Also, the marketing reimbursement is a program we've designed so that when you are writing your business, we're putting dollars aside for you out of everything you write to build in the account for you to use later down the road, maybe for a lead purchase or something to help grow your business. And again, that comes from Insurance Agency Marketing. We don't take this from agents or as an override. We dump money into there. It's not coming out of your pay or your commission. So it's something that we do for you to help you along. So you have referred producer money that you can earn from. You have marketing reimbursement dollars to use for your business, as well as you're starting to write with us, again, the new producer bonus. Okay, so let's talk about the 401k market and a little background information, I guess, to start. According to the Investment Company Institute, as of June last year, 401k plans held an estimated $4.4 trillion in assets, and that represented nearly 18% of the 24 trillion in U.S. retirement assets. And by comparison, in 2004, those total 401k assets were 2.2 trillion. And how many Americans have a 401k plan? Well, as of a couple years ago, have not received any updated statistics on this since then, but nearly 80% of the full-time workers had access to employer-sponsored retirement plans, and more than 80% of those workers participated in a plan. So a lot of people have access, and a bulk of those people are putting money in, some portion anyhow, of their dollars in the plan. Now, when we get to companies that have over 500 employees, the numbers are even higher. 89% have access to it, and 90% participated. So what is the average plan balance these days? Well, after the last few days, maybe not what they were, but the reality is that they're growing. And according to Fidelity and Vanguard, for baby boomers ages 50 to 67, that was 127,000. That was March of 2 years ago. And for those over 55 in particular, the average balance was 150,300. So again, and it makes sense, as clients are getting older, they're putting more away. They have maybe have less household expenses, less things to pay for in their family, and they're able to put more away. And also of noteworthiness, over 61% of the 401k plan balances were invested directly or indirectly in equity securities. And in 2014, that was up to over 64%. So just to recap here, more money is being held in these 401k plans than ever before. And more workers have access to and are participating in these plans, and the average balance is well over 100,000. The other reality is that people are changing jobs and careers. And when people are changing jobs and careers, they have a multitude of decisions to make. A few years ago, the Department of Labor reported that the median job tenure is 4.6 years. So since people are changing jobs, one of the many decisions that they're facing is what to do with their retirement plan. Do they leave it in the current plan, or do we move it to a new plan that may be accessible after a period of employment, or do we go to an IRA? Again, those are all choices. May not be the first choice, or not choice, but first decision someone has to make, getting health insurance in line, all those other things. But eventually, an individual has to do something or decide what to do. Maybe not to do anything, but they have to decide what to do with the retirement plan. So, excuse me, some of the choices with a plan from a previous job. Okay, so advantages of leaving those dollars where they're at. One of those advantages would be performance. If that 401k or profit sharing plan has done well consistently over the years, many times it's better to just, consider leaving it there. It has done well. Another advantage is that they may still have loan privileges. And there may be some specific tax advantages. For example, 10-year forward averaging or capital gains treatment. I believe that would be on some of the older plans, but still there are some advantages to specific tax advantages that there may still be in that plan. Again, how do we know these things? We check our statements. We check with the plan administrator, whether that means the client or if we're allowed to do that. But that's how they would find this out. Of course, the statement's going to show performance, but some of the disadvantages of leaving retirement dollars in the plan. Well, just as performance was an advantage for that, a poor performance, or perhaps investment options that may be limited or heavily in company stocks. So there just may not be a lot of choices. The individual contributed for years because of the pre-tax dollars, the matching, but they may not have liked everything that was available in there. It may be limited or heavily in one particular security. Another reason that an individual may want to move is plan fees may be too high. The other reason, I hear this a lot from people I've talked to who've left a job, is they no longer feel comfortable with their retirement at an employer that they no longer have. So they may feel like they're not getting full disclosure, or just not comfortable leaving their retirement somewhere where they're not. And finally, one that comes up a lot too is that there's not always a good fixed only option other than a money market. So there may be some conservative growth funds, some bond options, and there may be a money market, but there is not that product that does what a fixed annuity can do with a better than average return that's still fixed rate. So it kind of fills that spot a fixed annuity does. So let's say that the client now decides to move the 401k, and either they do not want to move it to a new 401k plan, or they don't qualify to move it to a new 401k plan. Maybe they have to work at the new employer for a year before they can move those dollars in, and they want to do something sooner than that. So what they have available to them would be to directly transfer that into a traditional IRA. So how can we help them? Well, as insurance professionals, we can help them with a fixed, like a traditional fixed rate, or a fixed indexed annuity. And some of the reasons why they'd want to do that, well, they cannot lose their principal. They're not risking their principal anymore. There are no fees or expenses other than possibly a rider, but for the most part, there's no management fee. There's no monthly expense to having that in a fixed product. And with an index, they have the opportunity to capture some of the growth of the market without that downside risk. Again, that would only be in a fixed index product. They now have control over their retirement account, so they can decide whether to go in several types of fixed products, how long, what benefits and features do I have, do I attach an income rider or a death benefit rider. So there's a lot of choices, but they self-direct and control that IRA account now, and it's portable. There are a choice of riders, as I mentioned before. Certainly one that comes to the forefront now in our business is the income rider option. And what are the costs involved with that? There's other riders too. There's death benefit or some type of a confinement rider. Those are all optional and usually with some kind of a cost. Let's talk about product choices. Now, these are many and numerous. So with 26 companies in our portfolio here at IAMS, and with many products underneath, there's a lot of choices, and that's just 26 companies. So you as a professional have lots of freedom here as to what to recommend. One of the products and one of the designs that we're seeing a lot of interest in right now is those that are built for accumulation. We're seeing a little bit of a change here. I won't say the income riders are going away, but what we're seeing is that agents and their clients are looking for something that has a good upside potential, maybe not as long of a product, and possibly an optional rider, but no, just built for a longer term growth with good rates. And one of the products that I've seen interest in, so I thought I would talk about this briefly, is with American Equity. And It's called the Choice 10. Now, there's also, I will tell you, there's a 6, 8, and 10, 6 and 8 year version also. That's the surrender link. So you can even find a shorter product. But the American Equity Choice Series 10 product has a great accumulation design. It has good cap and participation rates. Again, you can find strategies that have a competitive cap rate. There's also a volatility control index that has no cap in this product, and it is has a rider option. It's not automatically added in, so they have to choose a rider, and if they choose it, presently it's a 7% compounded growth rate for up to 14 years, and income can be taken after the first year. But a very, very strong product, has no bonus, so you can write it as short a term as 6 years and as long as 10. And this product is approved in every state except New York. So every one of you out there, for the most part, can write this annuity. The other choice, again, would be a fixed traditional. So if you had a client that was just totally adverse to having anything that had any relationship to the indexes at all, they just want a fixed guaranteed rate. We have quite a few companies that do that too. Give you an example, a good 5-year rate would be around 2.6, 2.7, and a 10-year guarantee would be 3.25 in the present market. Okay, so those are obviously some options for individuals that want something with a better growth rate. Now, I do have a poll question for you here, and just wanted to know if you do like to get some information on the Choice product, please let me know. I'd be glad to get out to you the information. They have a really good brochure, consumer brochure at American Equity, and it has a lot of information on the strategies. It does also include, I might add, the indexed annuity chart. They have it as a separate piece that you can send to a client, but it is a client approved piece. It's an actual crediting history of one of their indexes, and that is included in the brochure too. So if you do want some information, I'll be glad to get it to you if you want to get appointed with American Equity. They are a leader in the index market. They're a leader in the income rider market. Great company to work with. I've been working with them personally for almost 15 years, and I find them to be a good company. So if you do want some information, let me know. And please respond to that question if you would. Okay, the next thing I want to move on to here is what I call target prospecting. And the target prospecting is just some ideas of where to prospect for 401k and other plan rollovers. And just to talk about that a little bit. Of course, I think one of the best sources of prospecting this is to visit with your existing clients during annual reviews. If you have not visited with your client about this for them in a while, it might be a good time to visit with them about a previous employment. If you failed to ask them before, this is a great thing to do when you go back. Anytime you're visiting with a client, or an annual review is always a good time. But if you don't want to wait till the annual review and you're visiting with a client about referrals or some other important issue, I think this is a good thing to bring up, to ask them, have from a previous employment, do you still have a 401k or a profit sharing plan that you've not done anything with? And likewise, are you thinking about making a career change or a job change? And if you do, please let me know about that, because we'll need to visit with you about what to do with your retirement plan and talk about some options. So again, setting the stage for that. If you haven't reached out about previous plans that they may have, certainly that's a time to ask, and also set the stage for future changes, because as we know, people change jobs and sometimes it's unexpected. Sometimes their companies are downsizing, or an opportunity comes along and your client doesn't necessarily call you the first thing, that unless you're a close friend, they may not tell you right away that they're changing. So again, just plant that seed. Also, when we're asking for referrals with your clients and prospects, to specifically target that topic also. So the same question, who do you know that's recently changed positions and may be in the need of help with their retirement plan? Or who do you know that's will be changing? You know, who has left behind a 401k, a retirement plan, or needs help with decisions on where to go with that. And if you know of anyone that's of your friends that will be changing soon, please let me know, or if you would, let them know who I am, and I'll be glad to visit with them about that, among other insurance needs that they may have. Another way to target the prospecting would be to talk to business owners that you know. If you don't know, that you will prospect, whether it be dropping in on their business, making a habit of that, or in calling. Maybe you want to target a particular type of business. Certainly set a plan out, and maybe make a part of your every week in prospecting, calling people you don't know. It's a great way to reach out and visit with someone new. And since they're not part of the do not call list, if there's a way to get a business listing, to visit with potential clients that way. You can also specifically target maybe companies directly, again, a particular industry, or maybe in a geographic area that you travel a lot through, companies, so that it's not out of the way, maybe part of your daily travel, and call on companies, or stop in on companies directly. There are lead companies that can help you too. I would suggest doing research on those and calling and asking questions. There are a lot of lead companies. I know of a few that I've referred agents to that deal with either a 401k list or a pension list of prospects that you can purchase for. I know one that you can get a list of for relatively cheap, but you do need to buy a fairly good quantity. So there are companies that do this. Again, you get what you pay for. So if you're not paying a lot for them, you may have to sift through a lot, do a lot of mailing, do a lot of calling. But there are people, plenty of people to call. We know that. Again, the key here is asking, letting people know what you do, telling them that you work in the 401k or retirement rollover market, however you want to say it. Prospect it, keep track of it, follow up on it. You know that if you continue to follow up, there will be business that comes from that. Sorry about that. Okay, next slide is on in-service withdrawals. So let's talk a little bit about the in-service withdrawals, which is sort of the other aspect of my topic today. Another opportunity in the 401k market are age-based in-service withdrawals. And what this means is withdrawing funds from an employer-sponsored qualified plan while continuing to work and contributing to that plan. So this withdrawal, if completed as a direct rollover, can allow actively working employees, again, usually we're looking at age 59 or older, to purchase an IRA annuity without incurring taxes or penalties. And advantages of the in-service withdrawals, well, very similar to the advantages of moving your 401k. They maintain control over retirement funds expanding investment choices or offering a better fixed-only option. Cannot lose principal. There's no fees or expenses. Can participate in some growth of the market without downside risk. Again, 100% control the account. So the client has a decision to make, link the contract, bonus, no bonus, riders, or no rider. There's a lot of, but that's now an individual retirement account that they own and they can change anytime they want. They don't need the permission of the employer. And again, choice of adding a rider, income rider, or not. So who is eligible? Who are eligible for these in-service withdrawals? Well, the participants must meet certain requirements or guidelines, and they may include a minimum age restriction, which again is usually 59 and a half, or a length of service requirement, often 2 to 5 years, or it may be both of these. Again, the key here is always verifying with the plan administrator. I've personally helped a younger person than 59 and a half with an in-service withdrawal, so it can be done. It just depends on what's in the plan document. Now, the plans often limit withdrawals to vested employer matching contributions plus earnings, as well as rollovers and earnings from a previous plan that may be in that 401k right now. So which plans permit these? Well, profit sharing plans, 401k plans do, employer stock ownerships or ESOPs, and cash balance, target benefit, and money purchase plans may permit this withdrawal too. Some rules and potential issues that need to be taken into consideration here. Companies may impose penalties, including charges and suspension of plan contributions. The asset liquidation may result in penalties, and loans may be allowed in an employer retirement plan. Of course, they're not allowed in an IRA, so that's definitely something to think about if there's a need for accessible cash for an emergency or for a planned purchase. Okay, so what are some rules and potential issues? Continued. What steps are there involved here? Well, first, the client should contact the Human Resource Department's retirement plan administrator. I've mentioned this several times here. It's always a smart thing to do because they have all the rules. So we need to contact them to determine, does the plan allow this and are they eligible? And have the client ask, can I take an in-service withdrawal? That is the terminology I've read over and over again is the proper terminology to use. So can we take the in-service withdrawal? And if it's yes to both questions, so the next thing would be, which assets are eligible? How much can be withdrawn? Does the plan impose penalties, including suspensions or deferrals of company contributions for those withdrawals? And what are the processing requirements and distribution timelines? Now, once these questions are answered to your client's satisfaction, the next step is to discuss options for transfer to an IRA. Okay, so lastly, just to recap here a little bit, our clients need our help, and as you know, and the average participant does not understand options available to them when they leave employers. So our job is to talk with them about options, educate them, guide them on and to recommend a plan that works. And that recommendation and that guide may mean taking the 401k plan and moving it into a new 401k plan. That may be their objective. Their objective is to continue with maybe a little bit more moderate or aggressive growth than what a fixed product can provide, and they want to continue to do that with these dollars. So it may end up meaning them rolling it to a new plan, which means that we don't do anything there, but we've given them guidance, we've given them our expertise, and this may lead to future business with them. It may lead them to give you referrals based on that service. So it doesn't always translate into dollars of earning today, but again, our job is to guide them, give them options, talk about where they can go. It may mean quite a bit of business to you as a producer in the fixed index market. And again, our job is to always try and do this with giving them the pluses and minuses, and trying to avoid taxation if possible, or any penalties in doing so. So if you have any questions that were not answered or something that comes up, feel free to reach out to me. I appreciate you taking the time today. I hope that we can help you in the future with a 401k or retirement rollover. Let myself or anyone in the annuity department know if we can help you with that. And I thank you and have a good day.